All right. Let's see. All right. I focused on Chinese art of Kung Fu. So what is Kung Fu? Kung Fu is a traditional Chinese art, martial art, that has very rich history and in many diverse styles. Some of these styles include Shaolin Kung Fu, Wing Chun Kung Fu, and Tai Chi. Now, these are all like subcategories of Kung Fu. They may differ by certain forms or the way certain things are carried out. Kung Fu styles are influenced by Taoism and Confucianism, um, which were pretty big major cultural influences in China. Kung Fu has a self-defense emphasis. They're not really having you go out there just trying to start fighting someone. It's more as to protect yourself. Kung Fu, which is really neat about that, is that you can do it throughout an entire lifetime. You can start when you're young and you can continue through your old age. Um, this is done by competitive scenes as children, or if you're an older age and don't want to go against anyone with Kung Fu, um, you could just practice it in practice forms, or you could, what's it called? Compete against yourself, kind of. So on the left here, this is a picture of a tournament going on right now. People are using Kung Fu against each other. In the middle, it shows elderly people um, practicing Kung Fu, showing that there is no age limit to this martial art. And on the right, there's a solo competition with girl with a staff in her hand, showing her off her weapon skills using Kung Fu. Um, Weapons and forms are very good ideas of using Kung Fu by yourself. Meanwhile, going against other people is not. Other similar cultural activities that share the same principles of Kung Fu are yoga, jujitsu, and taekwondo. Um, some similarities are that there's really no specific age to be doing any of these. You could start yoga or taekwondo or jujitsu when you're young, and you continue when you're old. You could also compete by yourself or against others. There's also forms in taekwondo and jujitsu, and yoga is all about form, so you could do it into your old age. There also are tournaments for jujitsu and taekwondo, and yoga you could do with other people, so it's not as isolating. Um, there also is cultural history influence on each one of these, and all three of these require mental and physical discipline to varying degrees, just like Kung Fu. Some of the differences, Kung Fu comes from a different cultural background than Jiu-Jitsu and Taekwondo and yoga. Jiu-Jitsu was originated in Japan, Taekwondo was originated in Korea, and yoga was originated in India. Some of the moves and forms are also different between the styles of art. Yoga isn't as fast or power oriented like Jiu-Jitsu, Kung Fu, and Taekwondo. It's pretty slow and it's about stretching and kind of like almost meditating in some sort of way. Um, Jiu-Jitsu and Taekwondo are similar to Kung Fu in a sense, but there definitely are some differences in what forms are done, what movements are done. And lastly, um, what I hope you got out of this is that Kung Fu is good for well-being, as a person, kind of keeping your mind busy, but also clear at the same time. Um, Kung Fu is great for doing throughout a lifetime, and it trains the body and mind. There are also alternative options, like I mentioned. like yoga or jujitsu or taekwondo that'll give you similar benefits to what kung fu will do for you. It'll keep you busy, you could do it forever, and you can kind of go at your own speed. And I just hope that you learn that kung fu is very interesting and cool activity to do that was originally in China.